police that way yet. There's enough evidence for this to make national and international news. There's enough evidence for somebody from the government to come in and close this police department down, put yellow tape across the front of the building, to charge the mayor, because the mayor orchestrated this, to charge the district attorney, which she recruited a judge from 3 hours away from here to preside over a case November 21st, 2023. For the signs I had put on my lawn, stating the exact words that were said to me, racist hate crimes. Like the one little boy saying in front of the police department, in front of their video camera, how glad he is my dead nigger wife got killed and he's going to kill me for being a nigger lover. There's a case here on May 26, 2023, when them bastards brought the SWAT team to our home. What the world needs to know is that there was a 70-year-old black woman severely assaulted with race hate crimes and communicated threats of death. She was called a nigger, a dirty nigger, spook. She was going to be killed for being a nigger. Now, this black woman was one of the first children integrated in American public schools back in the 1950s and 60s. I believe she may be the little girl in one of the pictures in the history books where the U.S. Marshals have to go to school with her every day and sit in the classroom with her all day, and then after school escort her home and then guard their house. She may be one of them little girls in those pictures in the history books. She was thoroughly traumatized and terrorized. And yet the sheriffs and the police have continuously covered up hundreds of race hate crimes here directed at me and my family that are required by federal law. A race hate crime of the nature of which were directed at me, there's a demanded federal law that be reported to the FBI ASAP. These cops have been obstructing justice, delaying justice, tampering with evidence, aiding and abetting, an accessory before and after the facts. The videos that I've posted should be enough to prove I'm telling the truth, they're telling lies. My wife was chased into the road by a cop, made to run back and forth across 6 lanes of highway until she gave out finally. They ran her over and dragged her 1,000 feet down the road. And I believe she may have witnessed a drug transaction between that cop and the truck driver's brother, a known drug trafficker. He traffics in heroin, fentanyl, crack, crystal methamphetamine, the very drugs that are killing a lot of people across the board in America. He was arrested 6 months before my wife was murdered, and he was arrested again 3 months later for the same exact charge after my wife was dead. He gets out of jail in 40 minutes. I don't know why. Where somebody there should have said, you never went to court for the first trafficking charges of drugs. You're bound over. You got charged again trafficking heroin, fentanyl, crack, crystal methamphetamine, and you never went to court to answer for the first charges. So right then and there, somebody's going to have to say, how much money did this guy pay off bad cops to get released from jail? How come the prosecutor in that county didn't bound him over? My wife was killed. I feel responsible for it because I wasn't there to protect her. Okay? Everything that's happened with this case is fucking dirty the whole way through. And what would really happen to have
what's cooking
is for the government to come here and say, we've done our investigation. You've obstructed justice. You've tampered with justice. You've delayed justice. None of your cop friends here in North Carolina, backward hillbilly land, is going to be able to stop you. And Mr. McDonald Well, he wants to be deputized just long enough to say, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law and order. You have the right to an attorney. And if you can't afford a scumbag attorney will be appointed to you by the courts. Do you understand these rights? You are being charged with conspiracy, attempted murder, aiding and abetting, accessory before and after the fact, collusion, tampering with evidence. I am now orchestrating a court trial that had me railroaded against the law. I broke no laws. I was never arrested. I was falsely imprisoned. My house was run through by a dozen different cops. They dragged a 185-pound Great Dane out of our home after they tasered him a dozen times or so, and kicked him a few times. The dog that never gets beaten, never gets yelled at, lives a pretty good life because he was my baby's baby. And in one half an hour, he had received 2 lifetimes worth of torture and torment at the hands of cops. Now, the FOIA requests for the videotapes on all of those cops' video cameras will show the world how the sheriff of the county is laughing about what his SWAT team did, is laughing about how hard they hanged this poor critter until he shit and pissed all over himself and lost consciousness. And I'd like the world to see that. I'm done in this town. I've told every scumbag cocksucker here my dojo is open 24/7. Right here, right now, anytime is the right time and place. If you decide you want to get screwed, you want to fist fight me.
All right. All right. John. All right, John, I got 7 minutes on you. Oh, I'm working on it. I got 7.5 minutes on you, John. All right. 7.5.